Alright, so welcome to this overview video of our theme editor, which is what we use to customize the underlying look and feel of our website. So this is kind of deciding your color theme, the fonts, and kind of how the entire website presents and feels. This is not necessarily creating content and pages or adding photos to our website or even building out our home page here. That's all done with the Pages editor, which Jake, our developer, has a separate video on that. This is more so just how all of our website in general will appear, including those the content and pages that we add over time. So if you're already logged in from the home page here, you can go straight to your theme editor by clicking the edit theme button here on the top left. And this is what it looks like. So on the right hand side, we're going to get a live preview of all the changes that we're making to our website. And as we make changes here, don't worry that this is going to confuse anyone who might be on your website at the time. None of these changes will be pushed live until we hit this save button here on the top left. You can, while you're editing, you can see previews for how this would appear for, a tablet size device and also a mobile size device. So that's very important to make sure that, it doesn't look confusing or present, in a confusing way for any type of device that your visitors might be on. On the first tab here on the left, we can go ahead and add our logo, which I've already uploaded mine here. Anytime you're adding photos to your website, it's a good idea to optimize them and keep the file size real small. It just helps with your loading speed. You can see that adds here in the top left hand corner, and we can change the size of that logo. Let's see, yeah, that makes it a little bit bigger. You can also change the padding or kind of the border around the logo as well. And you can also have this logo link to a specific page. So right now by default, this will, if anyone clicks on my logo, regardless of which page they're on the website, it'll take them back to the home page here. But you can also have this link somewhere else. So you can have a custom URL that you could have this send them to. So I'll leave that on default. Let's head back to the next tab, which is our fonts. So there's really just two types of fonts that you can have on your site. So you have heading fonts, which are kind of going to be like this heading font here for your one-liner on your header photo. And then you have paragraph fonts. So that's going to be more so the copy that builds out your website. So these will be, what makes up your text widgets. So if I change these here, you can kind of see how they would edit. So see this the header font here updated, and so did the one there on my photo. Let's say I wanted to change my paragraph font. You can see that kind of change that as well. You can also decide the paragraph font size. So if you want this bigger than the 17 pixel default, you can do so. And so that's all for fonts. Let's head down to colors. So these are kind of where we would customize our brand color. So more so, well, let's see what this will update. If I change this to white, that's going to change. Okay, so this is really just updating any sort of color that's being used on any of our content blocks or content widgets when we're creating a page. And again, Jake will talk more about content blocks and widgets in the page editor video. But let's just see. I'll change this again, and you can kind of see how this updates. So this is our how it works widget block that's automatically going to be on your home page, so you can kind of see how this is going to update from here. The inverted color, that's going to be the secondary color that's used for a widget. So that's the in this case it's the numbers being used inside of these little 1, 2, 3 how it works circles. You can update your action button color. So anytime you create the action or a button widget anywhere on your website, this is going to be the color for that. So if you want to change it from the default orange to maybe a bright red, we can do so there. So you can see that changed all the call to actions here on the website. Again, this is the inverted color, so that's the text inside there, which I think looks good. Link color, these are going to be the colors for any links that are used inside of a widget. I'm just going to leave that on the default. Wait, we already did fonts, so let's head down to the header. Now this is going to be let's see here. We have a couple different styles for the header, which is going to be this top portion of our website here, right above the photo. So style 1, you can kind of see how these update. So there it puts the logo on the top. And you can choose which one that you prefer the best. So I like this one here. That looks good. You can have the header. Let's see. You can have kind of all of the menu in the header centered, or you can have it. Let's see. You see the full width. I think that's going to make more of a difference if our browser was a lot wider. We have a background color here. I think it would look good if I change this to white. There we go. We can see the logo much better. Let's see. You can have a border around the header, which just adds a little bit of a border here below this order status bar right here, and to the next information that's going to be on our homepage, which is this photo here. And as soon as you add a border, it looks like you can customize the color, but I'll just leave that on no border. Head down to main menu. You can see this still looks a little odd that my main menu bar kind of has a different color on it, so let's change that to white too, and change our link colors now that we can't see them to something that's going to give us some contrast. There we go. Now these links kind of appear. But right now when I'm hovering over them, you can see that it's the same color as my background. So let's change this link color to something a little more obvious as well. Or maybe let's make it a red. Yeah, okay, that looks a lot better. You can change the alignment, so you can have your these links here on your main menu be centered to the right, centered, or on the left-hand column, but I'll leave that on the right. We'll probably do a separate video for customizing your footer, because this is kind of follows the same widget scheme that you would use for customizing a page. But again, we'll probably just tackle that separately. But here you can update. I will just show you can update the colors here that are used in the footer. Right now my footer doesn't really have any content in it, so I haven't added any widgets. That's why nothing really appears down here. But you can kind of see how these colors would update if we made changes. We have a separate video on the appearance of your store page, but again, this is very similar. This is our order status bar here, which is in the center, so you can change the colors for that. Have a couple of different layout options for the menu, so feel free to play around with those. Under here in general, you can upload your fave icon. So this is going to be that little logo that sometimes you'll see kind of by the URL when you type in a website, or it might appear on the tab in your web browser. It looks like the size that you're going to use for that would be 32 by 32 for those photos. And let's see, if you know some custom coding or CSS, you can get crazy with your homepage here and do some unique stuff to it. Now, so I'm pretty happy with the changes I made. Let's go ahead and look back at our homepage and see how this looks on a tablet and on a mobile device. That all looks real good. Okay, so now if we're ready for the changes to be pushed to our website, you would click save, so don't forget to take that step. Well, that's pretty much the overview. Go ahead and play at it and design your site, and go ahead and let us know also if you have any questions on this